You thought life was supposed to be fair? Oh, that if you smiled enough, stayed polite, worked hard, and colored inside the lines, you'd be rewarded? Heh, that's the punchline, sweetheart. That's the great comedy. The beautiful little bedtime story they fed you so you'd stay soft, obedient, digestible. You were told the world is just, that good things come to good people. Be nice, be kind, follow the script, and life will pat you on the head like a good little dog. But look around. The graveyards are full of good people. People who played it safe. People who believed if they just followed the rules, the universe would hand them a trophy. Now they're just names carved into stone quiet, forgotten, and oh so polite. Meanwhile, the streets? Ruled by wolves in Gucci suits. Smiling assassins. Charming monsters. The ones who learned early that this world isn't a playground, it's a circus. And the ones who win are the ones who stop pretending they're not animals. And you? Oh, you sweet summer child. You've been lied to. You were raised on fairy tales in a world built on fire. They told you to stay good. But good won't save you. Good gets eaten alive. Because out here, the game isn't fair. The deck is stacked. The house always wins unless you burn it down. So what now? Still want to play by the rules? Still hoping for justice, karma, divine balance? No, no, no. If you want to survive, if you want to win, you don't beg for fairness. You become the chaos. You dance in the fire. You stop waiting for permission and take what's yours with a grin and a grenade. Because the joke isn't that life is unfair. The joke is thinking it ever was. But pain never lied. It was the only one that didn't put on a mask, didn't sugarcoat, didn't play pretend. While the world smiled and sold you fairy tales, pain pulled up a chair and told you the truth. Cold, blunt, unforgiving. It whispered in your ear from the very beginning. This world doesn't care. Not about your dreams. Not about your plans. Not about how hard you try. And you didn't believe it. Not at first. You still thought effort equaled reward. That kindness would be returned. That love guaranteed loyalty. But then it hit you. Loss. The kind that guts you in silence. Rejection. That leaves your hands shaking. Failure. Again and again and again. Silence. From the people you would have died for. That was your introduction to reality. That was your welcome letter from the real world. No signatures, no hugs, just sharp edges and shut doors. That was your awakening. And it's funny, isn't it? How it took so much pain to finally see clearly. How the lies felt warm, but the truth burned. How the people who hurt you the most were the ones you once trusted the deepest. But now you see the world for what it is. Not cruel, just honest. Not evil, just indifferent. And pain was never your enemy. It was your teacher, the only one that never lied to your face. It's only when the walls cave in, when the ground disappears beneath you, that your vision sharpens. Not in comfort, not in calm, but in chaos. The masks drop, the noise fades, and what's left is truth raw and unsanitized. You see who really cared, who vanished, who watched you fall and chose silence. You see what you were clinging to, things that felt permanent but were never real. People who smiled to your face but celebrated your collapse. Dreams that weren't yours to begin with. And in the wreckage, somehow, You kept going. You stitched yourself together in the dark. You stood when no one was watching. You fought through the quiet moments, the ones that don't make highlight reels. No applause, no rescue, just grit. And now you're not the same. You don't need validation. You don't crave acceptance. You've seen what lives under the surface and you didn't run. You endured, and that makes you dangerous. Because you're not fueled by illusion anymore. You're driven by scars, by the knowledge that you can lose everything and still rise, that the worst already happened, and it didn't finish you. Now when you walk with fire in your chest and silence in your smile. You're no longer trying to prove anything. You're just here to be undeniable. Because once you've faced everything and survived, nothing can ever own you again. You know that suffering isn't the enemy. It's the teacher. Oh, didn't they tell you? They told you to avoid pain, to run from it, to seek happiness like it's some kind of prize at the end of a race. But let me clue you in. Suffering isn't something to fear, it's your education. It's the sharpest lesson you'll ever get, the one that cracks your skull wide open and forces you to see who you really are. Chaos? You think it's the villain in this story? Heh. No, chaos is the playground. The one that most people run from, cower from, beg for stability. But you look at chaos and think, I could play here, I could win here. The world tells you, stay safe, follow the rules, wait for your turn. But that's the joke, isn't it? If you're waiting for permission, you're already dead. You want to rise? You want to climb out of the hole they shoved you in? You don't ask for permission. You don't beg for mercy. You don't wait for the stars to align. You burn everything that's holding you back. Even the parts of yourself that still want to be soft, that still want to believe in fairy tales. Burn it all. You rebuild yourself with scars. The ones no one can see. The silent ones. The ones the world can't erase. And when you stand tall again, you smile, blood in your teeth, a grin wider than any success story they've ever told you. And when they ask how you made it, you laugh. Not because it's funny, not because you're joking, but because they still don't get it. They never will. The pain wasn't your punishment. It was your evolution. And that's the real punchline. The world can't fathom how you turned your scars into strength. They can't understand how you smiled after everything tried to break you. Look around. In the modern world, they're selling the idea of self-care like it's the cure to all your problems. But self-care is just another shiny distraction like a drug. It's that overpriced latte that makes you feel good for 5 minutes while the world is still burning outside. It's the safe spaces, the trigger warnings, the people who want to protect their little feelings from reality. What's the point of a world full of soft pillows when you're meant to be fighting in the trenches? They sell you peace of mind like it's a gold ticket, when peace of mind is nothing but another form of mediocrity. The real winners, the ones who rise from the ashes, they thrive in chaos. They take what the world throws at them and turn it into their crown. And they don't care if you understand. You can sit there with your safe little world, hugging your little comforts, while they're out here rewriting the rules. Because guess what? They don't need your permission. They never did. So when they ask how you did it, don't explain. Just smile and let them figure it out.